Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. As we continue with Part 37, Minor Literature of Kabalism, Book 6, The Written Word of Kabalism, Third Period from the Doctrine and Literature of the Kabalah, by Arthur Edward Waite. 4. Minor Literature of Kabalism. We have now completed our study of all Kabbalistic writings to which any currency has been given in connection with the claims of occultism. But we have by no means exhausted the literature either before or after the appearance of the Zohar. It has been classified in chronological order in a special list by Bartolocci at the beginning of his great work, and those who desire to pursue the subject further will there see how impossible it is to deal with in this place. It is, moreover, outside the purpose of our inquiry. A few names, however, may just be mentioned which are to some extent typical of the minor literature of Kabbalism. When the Zohar was on the verge of the historical horizon, in the reign of Alfonso X, we find at Toledo Rabbi Mevi, the son of Theodore, prince of the Levites of Burgos. Though a Kabbalist and a light of Kabbalism, he opposed Nachmanides, thus showing that at a comparatively early period there was little unanimity among the doctors of theosophy and the voices of tradition on the subject of theosophy or tradition. His book is entitled Before and Behind, which is supposed to indicate that he had approached the Kabalah from every point of view. Side by side with philosophical Kabbalism, the spurious practical part, the Ars Kabbalistica, never wanted its professors. As neither worse nor better than the rest, we may mention R. Chamay of Aragon in the early part of the 15th century. One of his practical secrets was the determination of the sex of an unborn child by placing the nuptial couch from north to south, thus indicating respect for the majesty of God, which resided between east and west, and might suffer dishonor by marital intercourse taking place in the same direction. Such consideration, it was deemed, would not go without its reward in the birth of male children. In the reign of Ferdinand and Isabella, and a victim of their edict of expulsion, flourished Joseph Gicatela, called the Divine Kabbalist, and the Thaumaturge, who wrote on the attributes of God, the divine names, and the Sephiroth. At the period of Picus de Mirandola, Kabbalists abounded in Italy, many of whom were refugees from persecution in Spain and Portugal. Picus, in his Apologia, affirms that his demonstrations of Christian dogma in Jewish theosophy effected the conversion of a Kabbalist named Datilius. As it is one of few instances on record, the sincerity of the change may be allowed to pass unchallenged. Long afterwards, that is to say, in 1613, Samuel Natunius, a Jew of Thessalonica, but residing at Venice, also abjured Judaism and wrote The Path of Faith. So also, about 1672, Mordecai Kirkos composed a treatise specially against the Kabalah, but it has not been printed. Basnage hints that such an action at that period seemed scarcely less subversive in Israel than to embrace Christianity. On the other hand, Judas Azael, about the same period, contributed to the literature of the tradition by his Thrones of the House of David, a treatise dealing with the 50 Gates of Understanding, while in Germany, Nathan of Speyer, better known, however, for a treatise in praise of the Holy Land, produced a Kabbalistic commentary on Deuteronomy 3:13 under the title of Megillah Hamnioth. In Holland, a few years previously, the famous Manasses composed his work on the resurrection of the body, which connects with Jewish esoteric theology by its defense of metempsychosis. And Isaac About, a Brazilian settled in the Low Countries, translated the Porta Calorum of Abraham Cohen Herrera from the original Spanish into Hebrew. These meager memoranda, which do not pretend to represent a serious study, may close with the name of Spinoza, who also connects with Kabbalism, though it must be confessed that the tincture which he exhibits is little more than the memory of early reading. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe and comment, and if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.